Hello and welcome to another update video on Solana. So we are dealing here with the Solana daily time frame. On this chart, currently there is no sign that we have started a next rally or anything. No, we are still potentially working on this correction. I only published an update yesterday, also a written update on our Discord server in which I highlighted that, in my view, a larger correction would still look best. That doesn't guarantee it, but it would still look best that we get, for the price to form this pullback, which could reach this zone between $109 roughly, and $144 in what could be a wave 2 in the yellow scenario. So we had 5 waves up, right, in wave 1, and this here could be a wave 2 pullback. Could also be an A-B setup, as mentioned many times before. We discussed it together many times. Whether it's an A-B structure or a 1-2 really doesn't matter in the short term. The support area is shared between those two scenarios. And as long as we're holding, as long as we're holding above that $109.70, as long as we're holding that $109.78 level, there is no sign for a more substantial top. So for now, I assume that some kind of a correction is unfolding, but I haven't got any confirmation that a low is in place. But that's fine because we're still quite far away from support. So overall, in the short term, we should see a little bit further downside over the coming weeks or so, over the coming sessions. That can happen quite quickly in the crypto sector. It depends a little bit on how we count this move up, exactly, whether we put the actual top in place here on the 13th of May. That's what I'm doing. It's actually here on the smaller time frame. We see that with more detail. Or whether I count this as a top on the 23rd of May. But I told you my preference has to do with the internal structures. So overall, bullish, with the potential of a pullback into this support area. Now let's take a look at the Solana short-term chart. Smaller degrees, where are we? So let's open the shorter time frame here for Solana. And so far this yellow count still seems to be leading. I believe we only doubled down on it yesterday. We're not really selling off impulsively, but that's fine. I saw a message yesterday asking me whether this move down has really, the conviction of being a third wave. And I mean, not really, talking about this third wave, but that's probably because it's a diagonal pattern to the downside. So we have an initial decline after we had 5 waves up. 5 waves up in wave 1, which topped here on the 13th of May. A wave down, B wave, overshooting B wave, which is quite bullish. But it's a 3-wave rally. So that's why I call it a B wave. And the decline, yes, should be 5 waves in a C wave, but the wave 1 was not a 5-wave move. So that means it's not an impulse, but a C wave doesn't have to be an impulse. A C wave can be a diagonal. So I've got 3 waves in wave 1. I've got this wave 2 corrective bounce. So 3 waves in wave 3. Ideally, that third wave would get maybe 1 more low. But please note that this is the area where the bulls turned up a couple of weeks ago here. 1 to 2 weeks ago. Around $159 to $160. So this is where the bulls turned up just briefly, just for a rally. Could happen again. So I've already added the resistance area here in case we get another larger bounce. Fibonacci resistance is between $172 and $182. So if we get into this region, watch for a reaction, for a wider correction, or we take the direct path. These are the 2 probable pathways I see. And I see potential for a bounce from this current region here. And if we go down more directly, then maybe from around $143.50. It would be ideal for this wave 2 to reach at least this upper section of our support zone between $132 and $143. That's the update on Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. By the way, you might not know this, tomorrow we're running our member live stream. We do that typically on Sunday, but last Sunday's stream was skipped for various reasons. So I'm going to do 2 this weekend. So if you're interested in membership, if you're interested in joining the conversation, we typically cover a lot of charts and everything, like 40 to 50 charts in a live stream session normally. So yeah, you can check in tomorrow. So that's at 5 p.m. UTC and on Sunday as well. I love these live streams because we can just get straight to the point. Everybody can ask questions, great discussions, and you can ask questions. But typically, when it comes to chart analysis, we just go and because most people in the membership are keen to learn Elliott Wave. They already know some stuff, and we just go straight to the point. So yeah, if you have any questions or if you want any charts analyzed, best spot is typically to ask in the live stream. So that's at 5 p.m. UTC tomorrow and Sunday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.